Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome to the second to last video of our Pokemon Bike Percent Challenge little series. Today we are going to be doing the Alola regions and the Galar region. So yeah, two pretty simple quote runs. They were somewhat long. Alola was a rough one. Not too pleased with how that run went all around, but you know, that's okay. It's done. That's all that matters. But yeah, they're two pretty standard. Well, the second one was pretty easy. The first one was pretty difficult. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the two runs, and you can see why Alola was so irritating. So yeah, here is the first run. Alrighty, so here we are in Pokemon Sun. This game really stressed me out way more than it really should have, and we'll get to that as we go. But first, we just mash through all of Professor Kukui's dialogue. There's so much dialogue in this game, and there's no need for any of it. Well, obviously none of it, but you know what I mean. It's so overdone. And so now we see my character just briefly, and then it cuts to some shenanigans going on that, like, it has nothing to do with the character right off the bat. Like, I really learned doing these runs that, like, some games just really are made for speedrunning and some aren't, and Sun and Moon absolutely are not. Like, I totally understand why people who do, like, regular speedruns, not just, like, this one highly specific challenge run, really don't like this generation, because it is a speedrunner's, like, worst nightmare. And I'm not even, like, a proper speedrunner, and even I can tell that after the, like, short little, like, goofy challenge run that I did. Like, the amount of time taken to do just the most simple things, it's so wild. Like, one thing that I've really noticed a lot through this series of videos is how much the new games really hold your hand. Like, I knew that they did, but it's really, like, obvious when you do the challenge like this over the course of every game. Like, you can see how much more they baby you across every game, and I don't know, like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why Pokemon can't have, like, an I've played the franchise before feature. Like, other Nintendo games have that. I'm pretty sure one of the old Kirby games has that. Like, if an old Kirby game can have it, why can't Pokemon? But either way, we grab our bag and our hat, and we head out to go meet with the island Kahuna, and he will give us a Pokemon. So yeah, one thing that I do like about this run is at least it gave me the ability to use one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. So that's nice. At least I was able to make that work out, and yeah, it actually ended up being probably the best choice to make in the end as well. So yeah, very happy about that. We'll obviously get to that in a little bit. Some people might know what it is. I don't know if I've... well, I mean, if you know enough about me, if I've talked enough about my favorite different Pokemon in videos, then you probably know what Pokemon we're going for here. But I honestly don't know how much I've talked about my love for this Pokemon in videos, because, you know, I've done a lot of videos over the year, so yeah. Which, man, I do think it's just crazy that I've been working on this channel for over a year now. So, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to definitely going to keep going for as long as I can really. So, yeah, been having a lot of fun with it. Anyways, we chase down Lily. We don't know her name yet in the storyline, but obviously I've played these games before. I actually watched a good amount of the Sun and Moon anime, too. I don't know what about it made me like it so much, but yeah, that one just really clicked with me for some reason. So Yeah, either way, we go ahead and run out here to save the little fart cloud from some Spearow, and it goes ahead and, like, explodes, and Tapu Koko comes to save us. So, like, we're 10 minutes in, and we don't even have a Pokemon yet. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I hope you guys are kind of seeing already how, like, painful this run kind of is with how slow everything goes. Like, we're nearing the 12-minute mark now. Yeah. So, here we go. We can finally this, if you were to soft reset for a starter, that little instance right there is the last time you have to save before you actually get to check your starter. And you'll see now that all of this that you have to do here is in every reset. So, yeah, I think this is the most painful game to soft reset for a shiny starter in, and also one of the last ones that you could. I think Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are technically well, no, because Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl are the most recent games that you can soft reset for a shiny starter in. But yeah, either way, we go ahead and pick Rowlet. I absolutely love Rowlet. I always have. And yeah, he ended up being the right choice. Like, I wanted to use him just because I wanted to make him work. But as you'll see down the line, he ended up being the choice I think we really needed to make, especially if we wanted to do this without catching something, which is obviously tends to be very fast. But yeah, that little nickname screen is when you finally see if your starter is shiny or not. So from the time up in the top where you have to move around and save, all the way till that nickname screen, you have to do every single reset. But anyways, on to our first rival battle with one of the most one-dimensional characters ever. But yeah, we'll go ahead, fight how. He goes ahead, sends out Popplio. We, of course, have Rowlet, so super effective. We start with Leafage, just absolutely spam it, and Popplio goes down in 2 hits. And we get a nice level up. Nothing too crazy. Took us 16 minutes to finally have a battle and, like, have a Pokemon to use. And we're still in dialogue coming out of it. Like, this game is so ridiculous. Like, I really enjoyed this game playing it casually. I felt like I was one of the few people who did, but playing it for this run made me really spoiled my whole, like, taste of the region, even in, like, a casual playthrough. This was just so painful. I like, the amount of cutscenes just absolutely drove me nuts. Like, absolutely ridiculous. But either way, Kukui shows up and tells us he's going to teach us how to catch Pokemon. So we go ahead and follow him out to the grass. And I'm sure you've all seen enough catch Pokemon tutorials over the years. I have, so I'm sure you all have as well. He sends out a Rockruff, goes for Tackle, nothing crazy. And then he goes ahead and catches it. Nothing too insane. Typical catch tutorial stuff. And he gets his bird, and then we can finally move on. Alright, thanks, Kukui. So useful. He gives us some Pokeballs. We're not going to use those. Gives us some potions. Those are actually very useful. We immediately get an encounter, and where it's a Pick-a-Peck, specifically, I run because I don't want to get hit by Peck and take super effective damage. This Caterpie, on the other hand, though, I'm not afraid of, and I do take out because we need a little bit of XP to just make things, work out in our favor. Go ahead and grab that potion. Accidentally was close enough to trigger another battle, so I go ahead and just roll through this one as well, just because I want that little tiny bit of XP. Every little bit counts here and there. So yeah, now we get to a first, like, proper regular trainer battle. It's nothing too crazy. Pretty sure they just have Rattata. Yeah, there's a different trainer up ahead that has a Yungoos. He goes down real quick to 2 Leafages. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Level up. Very nice. And I think because I'd gotten... Yeah, I think I was only actually able to level up there because I'd KO'd the wild Pokemon. I think all of my test runs, I was 1 XP short after either that last battle or after this battle. It must have been the last one then. I was always 1 XP short going into that battle, exactly 1. So that's why I wanted to make sure I KO'd at least 1 wild Pokemon to get a little bit of extra XP. Go ahead, and I do 1 hit to this Metapod, but it uses Harden, so I don't really want to sit here all day. Grab that potion, fight this trainer, because we want all that juicy XP. This is the Young Goose trainer. Sure, it also just goes down to 2 leafages. Yep, nothing out of the ordinary. And yeah, nice easy trainer battle. That is the end of the trainers on this route. We do come over here and grab this item and KO another Young Goose on the way, just to get a little bit of XP. There is another fight coming up with How, and we get a free heal before it, so that's why I'm go ahead and just fighting all these things, except for Pick a Peck, because I don't want to get hit by a super effective Peck and take a lot of damage. I would get healed beforehand anyways, but I don't want to risk fainting, obviously. So, yeah, we go ahead and come over here, How it wants to fight, and everyone comes up for the whole, like, festival and everything. And, yeah, Hala goes ahead and heals us, and we head up to the little arena, or whatever, to do our battle. How has caught another Pokemon since our last match with him, but luckily it's nothing too crazy, just a Pichu. So it does neutral damage to us with its Thundershock, and luckily doesn't paralyze us. We go ahead and get a nice level up and learn Peck, which is very helpful down the line. Not so much for Poplio though, as obviously we're just going to go for super effective Leafage, which takes it out in 2 hits and gives us another level up. And there was a nice little, I don't know, like the celebratory battle or whatever, the little, like, whatever's going on here in the storyline. I wasn't paying attention. Anyways, island challenge, blah, blah, blah. We only actually do a quarter of that, because we're only interested in getting a, quote, bike. You might be wondering, there's no bike in this game. What are you necessarily gonna do? We're just gonna get the Tauros Ride mount and call that as the bike. And then in the next video, when we do Legends, we're gonna do Weirdeer instead. So yeah, Lily comes to get us from our house the following morning. Mom gives us a little bit of money. We're not really gonna need it, because we don't actually, like, buy anything in this run. And now we have to go down and visit the professor, which is down this way. Lily rambles about needing repels to, like, not have to fight any wild Pokemon, when there's literally a ledge. Like, I fight this trainer, and then you see the ledge. Like, why do you need to ramble about repels? But Peck immediately comes in handy as we run into a bug type. Take that out with 2 Pecks, nice and quick. And then we go ahead and hop down the ledge to be nice and fast. And come over to here, where Kukui is doing some crazy stuff inside. And we're going to go ahead, head in, and he is going to give us a Pokédex, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, excuse me, sorry about that. Alright, he comes up to us, and yeah, he's gonna talk about, yes, the Rotom Dex. Right, that's what he does now. We already had the Dex, but he upgrades it to the Rotom Dex for us. Yes, indeed. I knew it was something Pokedex related, but not too... this does take quite a while here, just mashing through dialogue. There is just way, way too much dialogue in these modern games. I just don't understand the need for it. Like, if you're gonna put this much dialogue in, voice the games, please. Like, give them voiceovers. If Zelda can have voice lines, why can't Pokemon? Like, anyways, that's enough complaining. But we are finally able to move now, and it is time to go to the Poke Center for the first time so that we can learn what it is, because, I've clearly never played another Pokemon game before in my life. I clearly need to be taught what a Pokemon Center is. So the game is going to go ahead and do that. How wonderful of it. But we're going to go ahead and grab this Awakening just in case. Always nice to have stuff like that on hand, just to be safe. And we're going to go ahead and take out some of these Wingulls just to try to get a little bit of extra XP. Level up to level 10, which is a very nice. And yeah, we come over here. Lily shows us a Pokemon Center. Standard Pokemon Center stuff. And yeah, we just kind of just mash through all this dialogue. I've played every game in this series. I don't need to be told all this stuff. And then we see the Tauros that we will eventually end our run when we, get to. But we haven't unlocked it yet, so we need to go through all of this other faff. He gives us the EXP share. Completely useless because we don't catch any other Pokemon at any point during the run. And now we take a somewhat specific pathing. We come over here, grab the potion, come in here, fight this kid and his Metapod. And this goes pretty easy as we have Peck, which is super effective, and Stab, because only Decidueye is Grass Ghost. Rowlet and Dartrix are both Grass Flying. So, yeah, it is Stab and super effective. Come in here and grab this Quick Claw from this, teacher, I guess, and immediately give it to Rowlet. I accidentally come outside when I meant to fight this little girl right here. She has also something very simple. Bonsly, which we can take out with super effective Stab Leafage. So, pretty simple stuff there. Nothing too crazy. And this next trainer was the most difficult of these ones kind of in this area. And that is because she has Pick-a-Peck, which, as I've said a few times, is kind of difficult for us to fight. We had to avoid it. We take pretty meaty Peck from it, but luckily we hit it harder than it hits us, and we can take it out in 2 shots. And we do go ahead and learn Astonish instead of Tackle. And then we'll go ahead and use a potion so that Rowlet is nice and full health. And come over here and battle this. Is the last trainer we needed to do for this little section. Technically, well, yes, but also no type stuff. Take him out with a couple Pecks, because it is going to do the most damage out of what we have. I think Leafage technically has a higher base power, but Leafage would be resisted, so we don't want to be using that. We would rather use Peck instead. I'm not sure exactly which one would be doing the most damage, but I think Peck is the best option, so that's what I go with. Accidentally opened the wrong thing. I immediately teach Workup to Rowlet, and then we go to the Poke Center to heal. But that Workup TM ends up coming in handy quite heavily, and it comes in handy immediately as well. The very next battle that we do, we use both of the 2 moves we've learned the most recently. So, yeah. She sends out Magnemite, which we don't really have much we can do against. So I go for a Workup, and then start going for Astonish. Astonish has horrible base power, but has the chance of flinching, which we got a couple of flinches in a row with it, which was very nice. And yeah, that boost definitely helped us out. And then we get flinched a couple times back as payment. I go ahead and drop a heal just so we don't die. And then we are able to clean everything up, and we have a nice Lucky Quick Claw activation at the end there, and hit level 12, which is a very nice. We have now finished this whole little section here at the Pokemon School, and Ilima shows up to congratulate us. We will be seeing more of him shortly, and then we get our little graduation ceremony, I suppose, and yeah. All kinds of cool stuff, and we head out of here with Lily and start walking over towards where we saw that Tauros, which Lily has apparently forgotten about somehow. I don't really know how, but she's forgotten about the Tauros. Luckily, Hala and Hao are here to sort of soothe it down, and Hala tells me to kind of rub its head, And so we do, and he leaves with the Tauros. Meanwhile, Hao is just as excited as ever, trying to show us the town. And I don't really care about what Hao has to say. I never have. Honestly, Hao is really annoying. So yeah, like, I don't know who I think is more annoying, Hop or Hao. Like, at first I said Hop, but I'm kind of thinking it probably is Hao, just because at least Hop has like somewhat of like a storyline to him, where Hao is just nothing. Like, he has absolutely no storyline in the games, like, whatsoever. Or if he does, it's so boring and pointless that I've completely forgotten it. And I used to like these games, so yeah, clearly Hao is absolutely the weakest character in these games, story wise. Like, Lily and Gladion are much cooler. This guy kind of really annoyed me. I really didn't like having to do this little thing, and luckily I don't. I could just quit out of it, but yeah, that really irritated me having to do that, just because it doesn't matter. But, like, I'm sure you guys can see the amount of times the game is stopping me to tell me, ooh, look at this thing. Like, it was driving me ballistic. Like, I'm getting triggered just thinking back on it. Like, that's how bad it was. I come in here just to hopefully, I only go in there in the hope that if I somehow wipe, it puts me in there even though I didn't heal. Obviously, like, wiping is not ideal, but, yeah, one of my test runs I had wiped to an upcoming fight and hadn't gone into that Poke Center, and it put me back at an even, the first one, way, way farther back. And yeah, that run obviously got scrapped, so, yeah. Either way, Team Skull shows up. I absolutely love Team Skull. Like, a lot of the recent, quote, evil teams are absolutely not evil at all and are just, like, goons. But I love Team Skull for it. Like, Team Yell, hate them. Team Star, hate them. Like, they're so, I don't know, they're so lame. But Team Skull, I love these idiots. They're so great. But anyways, we beat him real easy, and now Ilima wants to fight us. This is that fight that I had wiped to, that I was just talking about. Obviously, it wasn't the Team Skull guy with the Zubat. But, yeah, this was kind of difficult. We go for a workup, and then start going for Leafage. And, it's really nice that we didn't KO Young Goose, because Ilima does use one potion, and it's obviously better to have him use it on Young Goose than on Smeargle, who does way too much damage. So we go ahead and hit him with Leafage, and then I just kind of potion stall until I can live a hit reliably. And we just barely live on 2 health. And go ahead and level up, which is very nice. And yeah, that was very close, very sketchy. As you can see, that, yeah, I'm sure you could see how I lost to that without workup. But yeah, we take a little shortcut through here instead of walking all the way around. We do actually come in here and properly heal this time. And then it's time to head upwards. Oh yeah, after Lily comes and tells us blah 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 stuff, because, you know, that's like all Lily ever does until the very end of the game when she gets cool for like 2 seconds. Anyways, we go ahead and pet the Tauros again, scares him off again. And then we just follow after him, fight this trainer. She is pretty simple because she just has Ghastly, and obviously Astonish is super effective against this. It's not Stab, so that's kind of annoying, but we take it out no problem, didn't even take any damage. And then we continue up this way, have to fight this little kid. And they were pretty simple too. Oh, wait, no. They're scarier than they seem, because, like, Spearow is obviously kind of scary, being grass type, but didn't even do any damage to me at all. So yeah, not a big deal. Then we see this random Delibird out in the middle of nowhere who drags us 2 steps and forces me in here. Don't know why the game had to, like, force me to do that. That's just, like, a thing that I, like, say a lot in these later game runs, is I don't know why the game forced me to do that. Like, there's so much just little weird stuff that these games force you to do when you could just not. Like, why did you need that Delibird to drag me like 3 steps aim me, like, directly at this area when I was, like, facing slightly the wrong direction and, like, 2-3 steps away. Like, there was no need for the game to forcibly do that to me. But either way, enough complaining about that for this half of the run. Don't worry, the complaining will come back in the second half. But yeah, fight this trainer with a Cottony, which is obviously very easy for us with Peck. I want to be getting really, really close to evolving. We get encountered by this Yungoos. It chases us down. Go ahead and take it out with a quick Leafage just to get some more XP. There is a Poke Center coming up, so that's why I don't really care about fighting things. Get another encounter immediately after, and where it is a Growlithe, I do run from that. Being Grass type, obviously don't want to fight Growlithe. And we have one last little trainer battle before we can start the little challenge, the Island Challenge with Alima. And this Cutie Fly is Bug type, so weak to Peck. Very simple. And now Hao is here for whatever reason to show us a Poke Center, even though we've already been shown a Poke Center. Like, I don't know why he had to drag me in here for that, but okay, game, thanks. Anyways, we go ahead and heal up and head over here to Alima, who tells us all about our first trial. Yes, the island trial. I knew challenge wasn't exactly the right word. But yeah, we go ahead and come in here with Alima, and he instructs us that we need to take out all of the Yungoos and then the special totem Pokemon at the end. And yeah, we go ahead and start this trial. It's pretty simple. We have to trigger the battle with the first Yungoos, that is right here. And pretty much my goal for being in here is to get as close to evolving before the totem as possible, and to learn Razor Leaf. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what level it is, but it's either 15 or 16. I think it might be 16. Rowlet learns Razor Leaf, which will be really handy in the upcoming totem fight, as we have to fight 2 Pokemon at once during it. So, yeah, very important for that. I come up here, grab this, and totally just brain cramp. Don't even talk to the thing, and yeah, got a little frustrated at that, but wasn't going to reset over it because I was already an hour in and just didn't feel like doing another one of these runs. This game broke me a little. So, yeah, we grab that X defense and talk to it again. And now it's back over here, and out of nowhere come those 2 Team Skull grunts that we fought at the marina, or wherever we were, on the dock. We fight the same one again with the Drowsy. Oh, no, we fought these guys at the Berry Field, sorry. And I misclick and accidentally go for Leafage. Or no, I guess I'm intentionally going for Leafage. Yeah, it does more damage than Astonish does, I guess. And that gives us level 15. It's 15 we get Razor Leaf. Yes, okay. Teach that instead of Leafage. It does have lower accuracy, but it does more damage and hits both sides. The Team Skull guys decide to help me out because I beat them. So, okay, I'm not going to complain. And they go stand in front of the other 2 holes, and now we can fight this one. I go ahead and just drop a quick potion on Rowlet just to be safe, just because we took a little bit more damage in that last battle than I really would have liked to. And now we have to fight this Gumshoes. But luckily, he's pretty simple. Goes down in 2 Razor Leafs and a Peck, and doesn't do all that much damage to me. And now we can go ahead and come over here. I use this Oran Berry that we picked up to heal to full, because we lost exactly 10 health, or we're missing exactly 10 health. And then we come to, quote, grab the Z Crystal, except Totem Gumshoes decides to come and get in our way and prevent that from happening. And as you can see, he's very large and has the glowing aura. And first things first, we go ahead and use that X defense as he drops my speed with Scary Face and summons a Yungoos. Now I go ahead and do a workup. He does a lot of damage to me with Super Fang, which kind of has me scared, and then I get hit by Bite. Luckily, I don't flinch and am able to take out the Yungoos. And again, luckily, because this is the first games, he only summons 1 partner, And we take him out only flinching once, so not too bad. And we level up to level 16 as well, which the starters evolve at level 17 in this region instead of 16, so we do need to wait one more level, but that is not a big deal. We go ahead and get the Normalium Z. It doesn't really do anything. We don't use any Z moves at any point in this run, but yeah, got the Normalium Z anyways, and I think he just healed me, maybe? But yeah, we go ahead and head out. This young goose goes ahead and rushes me, and we send Rowlet out, who is clearly at full health now, so I was healed by Alima. We take this young goose, sorry, for the little bit of XP, and don't bother picking up that TM because Rowlet can't learn it anyways. So, there's not really any point in picking it up if we can't teach it to our one Pokemon. I think it's Brick Break is that TM, so there, obviously, to give you an edge against the normal Pokemon that are Gumshoos and Yungoos, but yeah. But we do have to forcibly see a Z move because apparently explaining it in that diagram wasn't obvious enough, so we have to see a tutorial of one being done as well. Like, there was just so many things about this game that really, really make speedrunning it awful. Like, if you're looking to get into speedrunning Pokemon, don't do it with this game. Do one of the old games. But yeah, we see that animation and not really pay attention nor care. We're just trying to move around here. Want to try to avoid some of these encounters the best I can. That's why I dodged the first one. Failed at dodging the second one, but I did try. I go ahead and go with a peck. It does way more damage to me with its, so we go ahead and abandon that idea. And I immediately heal up with a potion and dodge that one. Come in here to the little flower fields. Lily is just being Lily as usual, getting Cosmog lost because she's, like, useless or something. I don't know. I go slightly the wrong way and run into way too many encounters, most of which I do go ahead and run from, but anything like this Caterpie here, I go ahead and take out with Peck just to try to get that little bit of XP that I think I need for the next fight, but I don't really need it for the next fight, and it's mostly the fight after that. So yeah, I probably could have avoided some of these KOs and been a little bit faster here, but I just wanted to be plenty safe and just get this run done. I had done so many attempts, so many test attempts at this game. I just wanted to move on and just be done with this. So I go ahead and fight some more things than I probably needed to, but that should be fine. We rescue Cosmog because Lily is just terrible at keeping track of it. She, I think, healed us. And yeah, now we can go out here, where Hao shows up and demands another battle. His Pichu has evolved, but that isn't really going to give him much of an edge. We go ahead and go for a couple Razor Leafs to take him out, no big deal. Level up to 17, so we now evolve after this fight. And then take out Poplio with a couple Razor Leafs as well. No big deal. And go ahead and evolve, which is very nice. But now we are Dartrix, so we get a pretty decent damage boost and a bit more bulk from being evolved, which is always nice. And we retain our flying type for now as well, which is nice for the short term, not the short term, as well. So yeah, it's a good thing that it's only Decidueye that is ghost type. Come back for that super potion. Probably didn't really need it, but grabbed it anyways. And yeah, we are finally getting close to the end of the run. I go ahead and swap the Quick Claw with the Sharp Beak, so that way we can do even more damage with Peck. And we finally are doing the final battle of this run, which is the battle against Kahuna Hala. So yeah, he goes ahead and does his like sumo stretch, and yeah, we go ahead and jump into this battle. He sends out Mankey, You send out Dartrix, obviously. Go for a workup just to make, like, things easier. And yeah, then we can kind of just sweep with Peck because we have a nice boost. Goes for Fake Out on Makihita. Not really much I could have done there. And he normally uses a Z move, but we did a weird amount of damage to him to the point where he didn't bother. So yeah, made it through that battle a little faster than if we had to wait through the Z move and get another Z crystal. Doesn't matter because this is practically the end of the run. Yeah, we would probably be slowing down around here, probably, if this wasn't Sun and Moon and didn't have unnecessarily large amounts of dialogue. So yeah, now we're just gonna stay sped up for a while, just because there's so much dialogue left to wade through. But we do now finally have the ability to ride Tauros. Obviously, I don't call time during the cutscene. I wait until I can actually get on him myself to do it. And yeah, Ilima shows up. Kukui gives us False Swipe. And yeah, everybody heads off. And let's go ahead and slow it down and see the end of the run here. Lily's rambling because she always is. Like, I just want to get on my thing and call time. And little warning, I was so stressed out that I hit the wrong button, and I actually ended recording. So yeah, there's slightly separate clip there. The time is probably like 2 seconds shorter, or longer than it should have been. But oh well, not a big deal. Kind of makes up for hitting the button too early sometimes. Yeah, take a little look at our guy there. Pretty decent nature, plus defense, minus special attack. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop into Switch in Shield. Alrighty, and here we are, jumping into our first game on the Switch, Shield. We start time after picking the language, and yeah, our name is lowercase for this run because it doesn't start capitalized. And yeah, we have another run of just a lot of intro cutscenes. Luckily, it's not quite as painful as the last run, because we do get the ability to turn off cutscenes once we get through this first one. So that makes it a little bit smoother, obviously. But yeah, could definitely be better. I don't understand why they just need to make these intros so long-winded. Like, people know what Pokemon are at this point. Like, and yeah, there's always people that's first game is one of these newer games. Like, that always happens, and I'm not trying to say it doesn't, but I feel like we could have an option for, is this your first game or not? For the, millions of people who have played other games before. Like, Pokemon is the biggest media franchise in the world. There are millions, maybe even billions of people who have played it before. Like, not all of them need all these million tutorials in every single new game. But either way, we start out by doing the standard, turning up text speed, turning off animations, and we do skip movies. That disables cutscenes, or the proper, long-winded, actual cutscenes, not the, little short ones, like that little animation of me just, brushing my hair while putting my hat on and stuff. But yeah, come outside, Hop is telling us to follow him. We see this Wooloo giving itself brain damage. No big deal for now, I suppose. And yeah, we go ahead and head on following Hop. Come on down to his house. Not that we could go any further because the game literally blocks you off. I don't know, sometimes it's almost, offensive in a way, how Game Freak kind of treats longtime fans of the franchise. Oh, you've played every game before? Well, cool, here's a new one that you're gonna have to sit through 2 hours of tutorials in. Oh, okay, how much of it covers new stuff? Oh, none of it. Oh. Anyways, that's enough complaining for right now. But yeah, some of these later games, yeah, I recently, throughout the course of this challenge, I see all the complaints about them. I had my own complaints about them playing through them casually, but yeah, I see pretty much every complaint that has ever been made about any of these games after playing them in a speedrun type setting instead. So, luckily, we do get a starter a little faster than in the last game. Only 7 minutes instead of, 17? But accidentally open the nickname screen, close that because I don't want to be in there. Hop, it just has, is brain dead or something. Sees me pick a fire starter and picks a grass starter. Like, I. I don't know. I don't understand these new games. I don't know. Pokemon's the one thing that makes me sound like a boomer, even though I'm only 24. Is, I reminisce about the old games, and, there's so many things that I just wish hadn't been changed. Why are the rival? Why are you the rival nowadays? It was fine. It was, it made sense in Black and White and in, X and Y, because you had multiple rivals. So when one character had the starter weak to yours, but another one had the one strong against you, it evened out. None of these other games have that excuse. Like Alola, you're just strong against Hop. Or How. In this one, you're strong against Hop. Like in Scarlet and Violet, you have the one strong against Nemona. How is Nemona a champion ranked trainer and sees us pick one starter and picks the one weak against it? Anyways, that's getting into the next game. We won't get too ahead of ourselves, but either way, head into this slumbering weld. I've never really known how to pronounce that word. But yeah, very scripted encounters that we have to run into. Similar to the first grass in X, you have a scripted encounter on the second tile. You have a scripted encounter about 2 steps into that grass. And I think about all of this other grass. All of these encounters in here are completely scripted, and they're all shiny locked because you don't have any Pokeballs yet. So that's nice. But we go ahead and take them out just for the little bit of XP, and I do mean little. Barely getting any at all from most of these things, but we KO them anyways, just because, might as well. Probably could have avoided it, but oh well. Not a big deal. And now we can finally head into here, where we will encounter the Ghost Wolf, essentially. So yeah, we come in here, and Zamazenta approaches us out of the mist, and we fight it as it's essentially a ghost at this point. Not a ghost type, but an actual spirit. So yeah, I did think this was a kind of cool part of these games. But yeah, either way, we get this out of the way. Hop's constantly yelling, a lot similar to how How was, but we wake up on the ground in here. Leon has come to rescue us. Not sure how he made it in here with his sense of getting lost and whatnot, so I suppose I should say Charizard has come to help us. We have to come in here and talk to Mom. Typical Pokemon stuff. She gives us some potions. She does slip you a few Pokeballs too. I don't think she mentions it, but she does slip you a few Pokeballs, so that's cool. And yeah, we're going to go ahead. We have to go through here. Now we are forced to go through the grass, so this time I kind of understand the barricade because it wants you to go through the grass instead. But yeah, I thought that's so dumb when it barricades you from going forward instead of into Hop's house. But either way, come down here. We avoid all the wild Pokemon there just because we don't really need to fight them much anymore. And yeah, we come in here, meet Sonia and her Yamper. And that, what? I guess I'm stood on a stoop or something? Why did it look like I was taller than Leon? I never noticed that. Either way, Yamper goes running off, Leon chases after it, and we get our Pokédex from Sonia. Very, very nice. Why was I taller than Leon? Huh, strange. Either way, this guy comes up and gives us a potion. Thanks, I guess, guy. And now we need to be shown a Poke Center because we've never seen the inside of a Poke Center before. Yeah. Either way, get through this. Just mash, not even really paying attention. And then we gotta come this way. Like, just the amount of hand-holding in these new games. Like, you don't need to tell the player every 2 seconds, hey, do this. Hey, you still doing that? You're still working on that, right? You know what you're supposed to be doing, right? Like, we get it. This is probably the worst catch tutorial I've ever seen. He just throws a ball at it at full health. Like, I don't understand. Like, and then says, oh, you should probably weaken it first. Like, isn't the whole point of a catch tutorial to show you what you're supposed to do? So, yeah, really don't understand that. Like, I guess that's just Leon being the best, or whatever. But, either way, go ahead and jump into some regular old trainer battles. Just spam Ember for the most part, so we can be doing some stab damage. I do kind of notice that I feel my Ember is doing a lot of damage comparatively to the test runs. So I am in the speculation of having a, perhaps a special attack boosting nature. Just because I had done this a couple times before, and Scorbunny is a physical attacker, so like Ember does not really do a whole lot. But I felt that it was doing a bit more than it normally does on this specific one. So, yeah. Either way, we go ahead and take this Choodle out pretty easily. Ooh, excuse me. Take the Choodle out pretty easily with Tackle. And then I'm going to go ahead and heal before this last trainer, just to be safe. We have plenty of potions, so might as well use them. He sends out Blip Bug, which is going to get blipped right out of existence real quick. And we get a nice level from that. And then Nick It also doesn't last very long. We land a nice crit. Outspeeds us. Lives just barely, but with my quick attack, I am faster than its quick attack. Presuming that it used it, of course. And yeah, that is the last random trainer for this area. We finally get to meet Magnolia, who just brings us inside and just talks to us inside, telling us things that she easily could have said outside just for the sake of changing locations, I guess. But yeah, and now we're immediately going back outside. Like, why couldn't we have just had that conversation outside? But either way, we go ahead and jump into another battle with Hop. And he now has 3 Pokemon, and we only have 1. Not that it really matters, because Hop is a bit of an idiot and doesn't know how to do anything. So yeah, we take him out real simple. Just spam Ember. Because it works. Out comes Grookey. We just keep spamming Ember, and it just keeps working. Hop feels the need to narrate things mid-battle, as if he wasn't annoying enough talking out of battle. He has to talk in battle as well. And yeah, out last comes Rookidee. We just keep spamming Ember. Like, I mean, there's not really much else really to do. So yeah, a few more Embers. Of course it crits on the second one and not the first one, because why would it? So yeah, beat Hop again, very simple. Get a nice, pretty sure that was a free heal. And now we both get our champion endorsement from Leon. Don't know why he gave one to Hop. Like, you're his brother. You should know how hopeless he is. But either way, we get our Wishing Star, which very quickly gets turned into the Dynamax band. Like, almost immediately. So, yeah, Sonia appears out of nowhere. And yeah, we have a nice little break, little cutscene. Could have been a movie there, like a proper cutscene that was skipped. It may have just been a long loading screen. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, we now have our Dynamax band. Surprisingly, we do actually use this. I know the past couple games, we have not really done the gimmick at all. Not that we got far enough to get Mega Evolution, obviously, in Kalos, but we did have access to Z-moves in the last one and did not use them. But we will be using Dynamax in this run, just because Dynamax is a little bit easier, like, it's more accessible. The fact that anything can do it and you don't need to be holding a specific item definitely makes it a bit easier to manage, in my opinion, where Mega Evolution was highly specific to specific things, needing a specific item. Z moves were slightly less specific. If you need this specific item, I know I'm saying that word so many times. Sorry about that, but you need the one item, but not any certain Pokemon. That definitely was a movie right there that was skipped. It's a little cutscene of you and Hop like on the train. So yeah, definitely don't need to watch that. And now we get to the wild area. Initially, my plan was to just run right through and completely ignore everything, but then I didn't quite have enough XP to finish out the run. So I slightly changed up my plan and decided that the best course of action would be to fight a couple raids to get some EXP candies. So yeah, that is what we are going to go ahead and do, which I'm ready to be mashing A because I know that that text box was going to come up out of nowhere. We come up to this. It is a P-Dove. We hop right into it. And yeah, I go ahead and do 2 raids just to get a little bit of XP candies, just so that we can level up, obviously, pretty quick, and make a lot of the required battles that we still have to do much easier, and make it so we can skip any of the optional battles, because we'll have plenty of XP anyways. And yeah, having animations off makes these much faster. I mean, obviously, we still have to watch the animation of Scorbunny getting larger, but having the move animations off does definitely help things out quite a bit. And yeah, we clean this raid up real close, but we do go ahead and take it out. On our last run of Dynamax, the Quillfish goes ahead and finishes off. We don't need to catch it, though, so don't bother. And yeah, I use all the candy. I probably should have used them in between, like, after the first one, and then again after the second one, but I didn't want to open my bag twice. So, yeah, I just wait till the end of the second one and use them all at once, which we got another P-Dove, so I go ahead and attempt to go at it the exact same way as we did before, but it doesn't go too well. Yeah, things go a little bit worse than in the last one. Not too bad, but definitely a little worse. We do get a Helping Hand boost from Eevee, which is very nice, but we also lose half of our health to P-Dove, so that is less nice. We get confused, but we're able to hit through it. And then our Dynamax runs out, and I was very scared. But luckily, we hit through Confusion again, and we're able to take it out on the next turn. And once again, don't need to catch it, so we don't bother. And now, I immediately go to the bag and use all of those candies. So we use all 10 of those, level up to 14, learn Double Kick, which is going to come in handy, and we'll use both of these. Level to 17, and learn Flame Charge, which we evolve at 16, and learned Flame Charge at 17. Reboot here learns Flame Charge at 19. So it is important to level up to 17 before evolving, so that way you get that a little bit earlier. And then I use the rare candy as well, just because. Don't bother with the Dynamax candies, because I don't really feel that it's going to be all that important. And yeah, we come up here into Motostoke, and where I am waiting for more tutorials, because that's all any of these modern Pokemon games are. It's tutorial the video game, pretty much. So, yeah, we get Leon's league card, like, okay. Don't need... I probably could have healed, but don't bother. Come out for more tutorials, like, why? Why do you need to tell me where to go? Like, I find it so crazy that the first Pokemon games didn't tell you anything, and then the newer ones tell you to do, like, everything you need to do, like, 14 different times, like, all, like, within 2 seconds of each other. But, either way, Leon gives us an item to give to our starter, which we go ahead and do right away. That is obviously dependent on what starter you pick. So if you pick Sobble, he gives you Mystic Water, and if you pick Grookey, he gives you Miracle Seed instead. So yeah, pretty cool little mechanic there, and will give us a nice damage boost. So yeah, obviously going to go ahead and use it. We encounter Bede very briefly. Go ahead and sign up for the gym challenge. We show the guy our endorsement and pick a number. We pick one just because it's the quickest number to pick. And I also think it's kind of funny that that's also Leon's number. So yeah, then we. This is one of those times that, like, I want to complain about this, but it ended up, like, it helps me out ever so slightly in the end. But, like, why do you need to show me where a building is when it is directly next to the one I'm already in front of? Like, in a minute here, it's even worse. I want to complain about it, but it helps me out in the end in this run, so I really can't. But I'm going to anyways. But I will at least wait for that to happen. For now, we encounter the worst evil team ever. I absolutely hate these guys. The only redeeming factor is their battle music, which unfortunately you guys can't hear because I recorded all of these without any game sound because I didn't want my voice and the game sound be, like, competing where I was doing the post narration. So yeah, that's why there's been no game sound for any of these. I hope you guys are okay with that. But yeah, I hate these guys. They're the worst. They're not even an evil team. Like, they're just bullies. Like, it'd be like calling a group of schoolyard bullies an evil team. Like, they're not. Like, Team Skull, it was funny for Team Skull, and then they just kept doing it over and over again, and it lost the charm, like, immediately. Like, Team Skull being a bunch of goons was funny. The fact that they were all just, like, following their leader, Guzma, like, it was cool. Team Yell, I hate them. I'm gonna spoil their storyline for anyone who hasn't played this, 5-year-old game. They are actually just gym trainers for the Dark Gym, and they follow Marnie around because Marnie is the gym leader's sister. So yeah, this is so pointless. Why do you need to escort me from 2 seconds away? Like, it's nice because in a speedrun setting, it does save me like half a second, but yeah, still just really annoying. Really do not understand why they need to do that. Just makes no sense. But not gonna complain about it too much for the sense of the speedrun. It is very annoying that even needs to happen at all, but oh well, we just kind of have to live with it and move on. We gain access to fly. We don't need it because we're not backtracking at any point during the run, so being able to fly doesn't really mean anything to us. I come immediately into this battle with Hop because we're at full health, so we don't need to worry about it. And yeah, we can just take this out really easy with Double Kick. And we can take out both of his other Pokemon very easy with Flame Charge, because it's super effective against Grookey, and Rookidee just has no defenses whatsoever. So yeah, we go ahead and take both of these out with a quick Flame Charge. But yeah, being nice and high level makes a lot of these required fights very easy. That is why I took the little bit of time to gather those XP candies at the beginning, was just so that we could speed run through the rest of it a little easier. Picked those up, didn't really need them, but I'd forgotten what they were, so grabbed them anyways. A lot of times I don't grab things that I know aren't going to be useful, but I just forgot what they were, so picked them up in case it was something useful, and unfortunately it was a ever so slight time loss, but not a big deal. Take her out pretty easy, skip past that other trainer, get rambled at by Sonia, because, like, God forbid you go 2 seconds without someone rambling at you in a modern Pokemon game. She gives us the escape rope, which can only be used in, like, 2-3 locations in the whole game? So, I guess I understand it being a key item instead of a regular one with so limited places that it can even be used. We go for a quick attack on this Sizzlepede because that's pretty much the only good move I really have against it. And then the next Pokemon he sends out, we can just go ahead and one-shot this with Flame Charge. Very, very nice. And luckily, there are a handful of trainers, or not really trainers, but NPCs scattered around who give you a free heal, this being one of them. So we get a nice free heal before we go into here. And yeah, we come over here. This trainer is sadly required, so we go ahead and fight them. I did technically misclick here. I meant to click double kick, but it ended up not mattering in the end. So, okay with that. This time I intentionally hit Flame Charge, and it just barely lived, but that's okay. I can finish it off with a nice quick attack. And yeah, now it is finally time to fight Bede. So yeah, we come over here, grab these super potions, which immediately come in handy, little spoiler. And yeah, let's go ahead and fight Bede. I love his theme too, which again, sorry, it is obviously not playing, but really good. Definitely one of the better tracks in the game. Like, this game has great music, but that's not what you come to a Pokemon game for. So, yeah, kind of annoying that that's like one of the best aspects of the game. But not many of his Pokemon can take a Flame Charge all that well, so yeah, we just keep spamming Flame Charge. Unfortunately, I get confused and hit myself in confusion twice in a row and live just barely on 3 health. So yeah, that was scary. Good thing I'd picked up those super potions. And then we proceed to get lucky and not hit ourselves in confusion 2 turns in a row. So yeah, very nice. Hit level 20 as we hit the 1 hour mark. And yeah, we can finally leave this cave. And we are so close to done with this first run. There's another healing trainer on the other side, so we talk to her so we don't need to go into the Poke Center. And yeah, we get encountered by Milo, the first gym leader, because, as I said, God forbid you go 2 minutes without someone rambling at you in this game. And yeah, now we go 2 seconds before we get rambled at again, because, you know. And yeah, we have to go follow Sonia's Yamper, go find Sonia, she's over this way. And because, you know, it's too simple for people to follow a straight, easy path, they need to have Yamper at 2 checkpoints as well. But either way, we get over here to the hill. I'm just mashing through this. I don't care about the backstory. We get Milo's lead card. Who really cares? The lead cards were a cool feature, but obviously in a speedrun, they are completely pointless and just wasting time. So yeah, we come down here. Hop is saying how he got the badge on the first try. I don't believe him. I think he's lying to me. But yeah, we come in here, immediately talk to the gym receptionist or whatever, get changed into our gym outfit, and head right into the first gym, the grass gym. Which, this is obviously why we picked Score Bunny at the start, was because the only required gym we needed to fight is grass. So, obviously, if you gotta fight a grass gym, pick a fire starter. So yeah, gotta round up all these Wooloos. It's a fairly straightforward minigame, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's actually easy. So yeah, we make it through the first 2, pretty simple, and then we are required to fight this trainer. There are 2 more trainers in this gym, other than the gym leader, and they are skippable. We take that out with a quick flame charge, absolutely no problem. Does a very feminine animation there. Yeah, very strange, but either way, we round them all up into the next corral. That one wasn't too bad. This one, I don't know. My brain was just like rotted or something by the time I got over to this one. This just, yeah, I don't know. I messed that one up pretty bad, and just kind of had to roll with it, pun intended. And yeah, we get like half of them over there off right away, and then we gotta get the rest of them. This one is just eluding me because it wants to be a little brat. We go ahead and group them all back up and finally get them over. And I want to avoid that trainer just to save time, obviously, which did waste a little time in how poorly I wrangled those Wooloos, but oh well. It's a bit, like, random, I want to say, with, like, what, like, direction they go. Like, they're so strange, the way that they move. But either way, we go ahead and hop into this gym battle with Milo, which, again, gym battles are an amazing soundtrack. They have probably one of the best songs in the whole game, and definitely better than the Scarlet and Violet gym soundtrack. So, yeah. Either way, he goes ahead and sends out Gossifleur. We go ahead and immediately Dynamax, because I want to set up the sun. It didn't really end up making that much of a difference in the end, so I probably could have waited a turn. But on my test run that I had done, I was able to one-shot his second Pokemon, and unfortunately wasn't in this run. A little tiny spoiler for like 2 seconds ahead in the video. So yeah, he goes ahead and Dynamaxes his Eldegoss. I was hoping to one-shot with like the sun and all, but it lived on like 2 health, and goes ahead and hits us and wastes more time because thanks. But we take him out on the 3rd turn, no big deal. Again, where was that crit the first time? And yeah, we are like 2 XP away from leveling up. And yeah, there's that. There is the grass gym badge. The only gym we need to fight in this run. And yeah, thank you, Milo. We get a TM, don't need it. Couldn't use it anyways. Get a grass uniform, don't need it. Always rubbed me the wrong way that like when you get those uniforms, they don't count as the one you wear into the gym battle. Like I don't know, something about that's just weird to me. Either way, avoid that double battle and come over here for the last required battles of the run. This is going to be where we get the bike after we fight these 2 Team Idiot Grunts. And yeah, take this one out real quick with double kick. We do get hit by Baby Doll Eyes, which is slightly annoying because that lowers my attack by 1 stage. But all they have is dark types, so they are weak to my double kick. He does hit us with a tail whip and then a quick attack, but not a big deal as it goes down to another double kick and then a quick attack. And up next is the other one, who only has 1 Pokemon, luckily, which is just a Sableye, and we can just spam Flame Charge for that, because obviously Sableye being Ghost type as well is immune to fighting, not weak to it. So yeah, there is the end of that trainer, and we're going to go ahead and slow it down. Ooh, excuse me. Because we are at the very end here. So yeah, this Dr. Guy here is going to go ahead and talk to us about how we have a Rotom and whatnot for our phone, and he gives us the Rotom bike, which is very nice. And I accidentally hit the button way too early, so go ahead and add another like 2 or 3 seconds onto that timer. Yeah, that was on me. Totally hit the button early, but oh well. Not a big deal. And yeah, I go ahead and show off the nature, and I was right. It did have special attack boosting and speed down, which is not good, obviously, but worked out in the end. So yeah, see you guys in the outro. Alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed both of those runs. Hope you guys understand now why I say Alola was really annoying. There's just so many cutscenes every 2 seconds. Drove me nuts. But yeah, I'm sure you heard me complain about that enough throughout the narration of the run. So yeah, won't touch upon it too much more here. Sword and Shield was really simple, honestly. Nothing too tricky there. And yeah, we only got 1 video left. It will be coming out on Friday instead of Wednesday. We're going to stream some more of the Radical Red randomizer on Wednesday instead. So make sure to tune in on Friday of this week to see the last video in this series. We are going to do Hisui and Paldea. Hisui obviously doesn't have a bike, but we're going to use Weirdeer instead, just so that way we can have a nice 2 per video amount. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, share with a friend, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the stream on Wednesday and the final bike percent video on Friday.